It's good afternoon, Emma Carter. Welcome to Yellow Shelf.
Thank you.
Yay, Emma. We were just laughing because you and I have been trying to make this happen for a while. Plenty of juggles between us and
Yep.
family juggles, whatever, but it's super exciting to have you here. Congratulations, your latest book is out now. It's called Shaping a Designed Up Organization. Tell us all about your book.
Yeah, so this book, so I've been working in the design industry for over 20 odd years. And so this book just came out of, I guess, my frustration, but also working with so many different companies and just seeing how, they all say they want to be like Google, and then you have to explain to them, well, you don't really have things set up the way it needs to be for it to be like Google. Or they all say, we want to be design centered, or we want to be human centered, or
Human-centered.
you know, or the customer is key. It's like, well, okay, the customer is key, but you
Yeah,
need to speak to your customers and actually listen to what your customers say.
yeah.
I've interviewed tech people and designers across the globe, from Spotify, Airbnb, Monzo, all sorts of different companies, just to get their take on what works and what doesn't work and what they've seen has happened inside their companies. So yeah, the book is all around helping designers help the companies they're working in the tech industry to then kind of become like designed up, so they can actually improve their design maturity, help designers actually talk about, put their design against the business metrics, so they can actually say, well, this is the value
Yeah,
that we're actually bringing. But then also for businesses to then understand that what design is, it's not just making something pretty,
yes.
it's about solving a problem and improving inefficiencies. So how design can actually help solve problems across an entire organization. So that's where the book came from. Yeah, just from all of my experience of working for years in consulting and having my own company. So I put it in a book to help people.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. And I love that idea that design really is a strategic transformational tool for organizations, and they really need and what your book does is it actually gives it to them in a hard copy and complements your career as a consultant. Tell us, Emma, tell us about you. Tell us about what we need to know. I mentioned you have authored previously books in this space. Tell us, share with us what we need to know about Emma.
So, as you can tell from my accent, I'm not from Australia. So I grew up in the UK. My background is in design. I had, at the age of, what was I, 22, set up my own design agency. So I grew that into an award-winning design company. Then, one of our best friends moved to Australia. My husband, well, he wasn't my husband at the time. We moved to France, and then moved back from France to the UK, came out to visit our friend on holiday, and he sold us the lifestyle. So we then decided Australia was going to be the place we wanted to move
Yeah.
to. So moved to Australia, and then I was headhunted by ThoughtWorks. So I had the choice of ThoughtWorks or setting up a company again. So I thought, well, I've already done that. I'll try something different. Yeah, so I went and worked at ThoughtWorks, and I was a principal consultant there. So working the tech, their global tech consultancy. And then a few years ago, I left there and then joined PEXA as their global head of design, and just managing the international design team there and growing their design maturity. So, yeah, and I've got two little kids. I've got a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, and it's much easier to write a book when you don't have kids.
Yeah.
When you have kids, you've got to write a book, have a job, and then look after the
Yeah. The
kids. So
juggles. The
it's
juggles. Yeah.
much more of a juggle.
Yes, yes. No wonder we found it hard to lock this chat in. So Emma, tell us, do you want to mention your previous books? Because I know you've written, and I know they're available online as well on Amazon. Just yeah, tell us about your previous work.
Yeah, so just for the people out there, I'm not one of those people who was like amazing at writing when I was at school. I certainly wasn't naturally good at writing. I was told I was going to fail my GCSE in English. So the fact that I've written 3 books will probably be a surprise
Wow.
to my teachers. But I think that's just normal for most designers. You always struggle with maths and writing when you're a
Yeah.
designer. So yeah, my first book kind of came about by accident. So that's Beyond the Logo. And I had my own design company, and lots of the entrepreneurs I was working for, they'd all written amazing books and did really well out of them. And I was just talking to one of my clients one day and helping him understand what branding was and how it worked across all the different touch points. He said, "Oh, people like me really need to know this stuff. You should write a book." I was like, "No, no, no, no. I'm
Yeah.
not the sort of person who writes books." He's like, "No, no, no, it's really easy." And somehow he convinced me that it was a good idea. So, so I said to him, "Well, how many words do I have to write?" He goes, "Well, you need to write about 30,000 words, if not more." I thought, "Oh, well, that's only a few dissertations. I've written one dissertation. It's just, double it. Okay, I'll try it." So he said, "Okay, I will help you structure it and put together a book." So I actually self-published my first one.
Yeah.
So I self-published it, did all the design work for it, did all the promotions. And then after that, I decided if I was ever going to do another book, then I wanted to get a publishing deal, which is the longer path.
Yeah.
So yeah, so once I'd been working at ThoughtWorks for a while, I thought actually I've got something else I want to share with people, and I want to help designers navigate the world of tech because I saw all the different designers struggling to work with inside tech organizations and to get their voice heard. So again, just from all of the experience that I had and mentoring lots of designers, I then decided to create a book for designers to help them in the tech industry. But I decided to go down the longer route and get a publishing deal. So put together all the sales pitches. I got MIT Press and Taylor and Francis were both interested. So I've gone from like no publisher my book, which was really surprising. So I
Yeah.
went with Taylor and Francis and worked with them. So that was then DesignedUp. So
Yeah.
that's helping designers in the tech industry. And then Taylor and Francis said to me about doing another book. So this is my third book, and I promised my husband I won't do another one. He's like, "No more until you retire." I was like, "Well, I'm not ready to retire yet."
Oh, I love that share because I know it'll resonate with a lot of people that, yeah, writing books is a journey, isn't it? And it's the journey, you pivot the journey. So I really appreciate you sharing that. Emma, if people are watching this, if wherever they are in the world, if they're curious about you, how do we connect with you? I'm connected to you on LinkedIn. Can you point us in the direction? I know the books are all available online, but how do we best connect with you?
LinkedIn is the best way to connect with me. So
Yeah.
just search Emma Carter and I'll come up on LinkedIn and just connect me there and message me. Give me feedback on what you think of the book. It'd be awesome if you do take the book.
Awesome, Emma. Emma, I'll put, your LinkedIn links in the show notes to make it easy for anyone just to connect with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck with this book journey. It's a bit of a roller coaster, isn't it? The juggles and then book. You never know. I'm wondering you might write again, even though it may not suit your lifestyle right now. Never say never, as they say.
Exactly. Never say never. You never, yeah. So watch your space. Maybe I'll write another one.
You could start a podcast. Who knows? Emma, thank you so much. All the best.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure.